Let us begin by settling into this moment. Let us release what we carry from yesterday and let go of what has not yet come. Here, now, in this quiet space, we turn our attention inward. We allow the noise to fall away, and we rest in the simple gift of being present. We give thanks for the breath that moves through us, steady and sure. We give thanks for the morning, for the light that returns, for the chance to begin again. We are grateful for the life that pulses in our bodies, for hearts that beat without our asking, for lungs that fill and empty in their own time. We give thanks for the ordinary grace of waking, for eyes that open, for minds that stir, for the small miracle of another day unfolding before us. We acknowledge the gift of this time, this pause, this turning toward what is greater than ourselves. We are grateful for the people who share our lives, for those who know us well and those we have yet to meet. We give thanks for the kindness we have received, often when we needed it most, and for the kindness we have been able to offer in return. We recognize that we are held in a vast web of connection, that we belong to something larger, and that we do not walk through this life alone. We give thanks for the quiet strength that comes from knowing we are part of this whole. In this stillness, we acknowledge the voices that call to us, the demands that wait, the responsibilities that shape our days. We know there are places we are needed, work that asks for our attention, people who depend on us. We carry these things with care, and we do not take them lightly. But here, in this moment, we ask for the wisdom to know what is truly ours to carry. We ask for clarity to see what we can release, what we can set down, what we do not need to hold so tightly. We ask for the courage to listen more deeply to what our lives are asking of us, not in urgency or fear, but in truth. Help us to discern between the noise and the signal, between what is urgent and what is important. Help us to recognize the difference between the voices that guide us forward and the voices that only distract or diminish. Give us patience with ourselves as we learn to listen, as we practice the art of paying attention. We know that listening is not always easy, that it requires us to slow down, to be still, to trust what arises in the quiet. We ask for the strength to resist the pull of constant motion, the belief that we must always be doing, always be moving, always be producing. Help us to remember that there is value in the pause, in the space between actions, in the breath before the next step. We ask for the grace to honor our own limits, to know when we need rest, to recognize when we are giving from an empty place. Teach us to care for ourselves not as an act of selfishness, but as an act of responsibility, knowing that we cannot offer what we do not have. Help us to be gentle with our own struggles, our own doubts, our own imperfections. Remind us that we are human, that we will stumble, that we will not always get it right. Give us the humility to accept this without shame, and the resilience to try again without bitterness. We ask for compassion toward those around us, for patience with the people we encounter today. Help us to remember that everyone carries something we cannot see, that every person is navigating their own inner landscape. Give us the grace to meet others with kindness, even when it is difficult, even when we are tired, even when we do not understand. Help us to listen to others as we wish to be listened to offer presence without judgment, to hold space without trying to fix or solve. Teach us to be curious rather than critical, to wonder rather than to assume. Give us the courage to ask questions, to seek understanding, to bridge the distances that grow between us. Help us to notice when we are reacting rather than responding, when we are defending rather than opening, when we are closing down rather than leaning in. Give us the wisdom to pause before we speak, to breathe before we act, to consider the impact of our words and our choices. We ask for guidance as we move through this day, for clarity in our decisions, for steadiness in our actions. Help us to align what we do with what we value, to live in a way that reflects what we believe to be true and good. Give us the discernment to know when to speak and when to be silent, when to act and when to wait, when to push forward and when to step back. Help us to trust the timing of our lives, to accept that not everything unfolds according to our plans or our schedules. Teach us to work with patience, to build with care, to tend what is growing without demanding immediate results. Give us faith in the slow work of transformation, in the quiet accumulation of small choices, in the power of showing up day after day. Help us to be present to what is before us, to give our full attention to the task at hand, to the person in front of us, to the moment we are in. Remind us that this moment is where life happens, that it is the only place we can truly meet ourselves and each other. We ask for protection from the things that would pull us away from what matters, from the distractions that scatter our attention, from the fears that keep us small. Give us courage to face what we need to face, to see what we need to see, to feel what we need to feel. Help us to trust that we are strong enough to hold the complexity of our lives, the joy and the sorrow, the hope and the uncertainty. Teach us to make space for all of it, to resist the urge to push away what is uncomfortable, to welcome the full range of our human experience. Give us the grace to forgive both others and ourselves, to release the weight of old grievances, to let go of what no longer serves us. Help us to remember that forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about freeing ourselves from the burden of carrying it. Give us the strength to set boundaries where we need them, to protect our peace, to honor what is sacred in our lives. Help us to say yes to what nourishes us and no to what depletes us, with clarity and without guilt. We ask for eyes to see the beauty that surrounds us, the small moments of grace that are woven into the fabric of ordinary days. Help us to notice the light, the color, the texture of the world around us, to receive it as a gift. Give us hearts that can hold gratitude even in difficulty, that can find glimmers of hope even in darkness. Teach us to trust that there is always something worth noticing, something worth celebrating, something worth protecting. As we prepare to move from this quiet space back into the rhythm of our day, we carry with us a sense of calm. We carry the memory of this stillness, the feeling of being grounded, the knowledge that we can return here whenever we need to. We go forward with intention, with presence, with a commitment to listen deeply and act with care. We trust that we have what we need for this day, that we will be met with grace, that we are not alone. We release our worries into the care of something larger, and we step forward with open hands and open hearts. May we walk gently through this day. May we be kind to ourselves and to others. May we listen well, speak truthfully, and act with integrity. May we find moments of peace, of connection, of quiet joy. And may we rest tonight, knowing that we did our best, that it was enough, and that tomorrow we begin again. We close this time with gratitude, with hope, and with trust. So may it be.